One's ready. Go!
Yeah, I wasn't born to be average, I was born to be extraordinary. So I gotta pull the trigger, doing everything that's necessary. Sometimes it gets scary, and sometimes it gets lonely, but I still gotta push through. I got a craft and I will hone it, and all the damn wanna own me, but I'm not their blade. I'm an independent powerhouse, and I will stare them in the face as I take what is mine. They start to think I'm insane, they look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't care anyway. I'm just really doing what I got to do, and I got no plan to quit. So I just gotta keep rocking, and you know that's what it is. Every shot that I do not take, I am guaranteed to miss. So I better grab that rifle and start lining up the hits.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the One's Ready podcast. You're in the team room. This is the daily drop for the 27th of February, brought to you by Tasty Gains. If you haven't tried their gummies, their creatine gummies, they are fantastic. But they also have gummies for women, and they have creatine gummies for kids, which are like zero sugar and all kinds of goodness. They are third-party tested for all of their products, and believe it or not, they actually have more creatine in them than what they advertise, just to make sure that they aren't cheating you on anything. Okay? Head over to tastygains.com, check it out. And then there's no promo code, so they don't know that we sent you, but it'll just be good karma for us then, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, we're going to kick things off with the Army. West Point cadet dismissed for AI extortion. The Army dismissed a cadet from West Point after he was convicted of extortion and indecent conduct for using generative artificial intelligence to create fake nude images of women. The action followed academy and court records, and it demonstrates zero tolerance for misconduct involving emerging technology. Ooh, okay. Didn't expect to read that first time around. Okay. Next, Fort Hood soldier murder arrests. 2 men were arrested and charged with murder in the death of a Fort Hood soldier whose remains were found in the field in Killeen, Texas, nearly 6 years ago. Local police announced the charges, and the case brings long-awaited accountability. Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. 6 years ago. That's terrible. Fort Hood's got some wild shit that goes on in it. Not just Fort Hood. A lot of the Army posts do, especially a massive place like Fort Hood. They've got all kinds of stuff. And if you guys didn't know what the largest organized gang in the world is, it's the 82nd Airborne. Now, the 82nd Airborne isn't at Fort Hood, but they're still Army, and you know, they're still the largest gang in the world. But whatever. All right. Next, $186 million Switchblade drone ordered. The Army placed a $186 million delivery order with AeroVironment for Switchblade kamikaze drones and tank killer variants. The bulk procurement equips infantry and armor units with enhanced close combat unmanned capabilities and accelerates the fielding of proven loiter munitions. Dude, that's a big boy number for a big boy contract. Kamikaze drones and tank killer variants. Whew. I'll have to bring up the Switchblade. Maybe I'll use that as a thumbnail for this, but good on AeroVironment. I'm sure they're happy about that. Those guys have been around a long time, by the way. We used to use those guys, and maybe we still use those guys. Whenever we used to have the Pointer. I think, yeah, the Pointer, the Raven. There was something else, the Puma. They were all AeroVironment, if I remember correctly. So I'm sure they're happy. All right, on to the Navy. Joint Staff Director returns to the Navy. The 3-star director of the Joint Staff is returning to the Navy in an unspecified position after a brief tour. The Pentagon announced the move, and it maintains senior leadership continuity in the silent service. We talked about the silent service yesterday as it regards to subs and that kind of stuff, submarines rather. So interesting to see more development on the silent service stuff. Next, Marine Corps new body composition standards. The Marine Corps released updated body composition rules requiring Marines to maintain waistlines 2 to 3 inches below the Pentagon wide standards for average height personnel. The change reinforces the service's traditional fitness ethos, and it applies service wide to ensure combat readiness. 2 to 3 inches from the waistline. That's significant. You know, you could lose, depending on how your body composition is, of course, right? But you could, like, if I were to lose 1 or 2 inches, or I'm sorry, 2 to 3 inches rather, for me, that would probably be a solid 25 pounds, if I had to guess, for me in my body composition. That's a lot for somebody. And, you know, the Marines have got some big boys, and big boys, I mean, like, in a good way. There are some jacked motherfuckers out there that are putting in good work. They may have to trim down some, especially if they're on the shorter side of the house. Interesting. And yet the Air Force is complaining about an extra half mile on their run times. All right, anyways, moving on to the next. Cobra Gold amphibious assault drill. The Marines stormed a Thai beach with allies in the first major drill of the 45th Cobra Gold multilateral exercise, or multinational exercise. Dozens of amphibious vehicles and landing craft participated, and the operation strengthened interoperability in the Indo-Pacific region. Cobra Gold has been around a long time, 45 years. Or at least the 45th Cobra Gold exercise anyway. I don't know how many they hold a year, so it might not be 45 years. Before we get started with the Air Force, we have slots still available in the Nashville course, but they are filling up fast. I think I got 3 orders today for slots to get filled up. So we are going to have to cap that. This place is fantastic. We use a place right outside of Nashville in Hendersonville. Really nice facility. And I mean, you're indoors on turf with, you know, bench presses, squat machines, pull-up bars, rowers, and all that kind of stuff. And then 50 meters away in the same building, you don't even have to go outside, is the pool that we're going to be training at. They also have a recovery room and a kitchen and all that kind of stuff. Like, this place is fantastic. So you don't want to miss it. We're going to be there at the beginning of May. Go register at operatortrainingsummit.com. All right, Air Force. Former pilot charged with unauthorized Chinese training. I saw about this yesterday. This is pretty wild. A former U.S. Air Force officer was arrested and charged with imparting unauthorized defense services to Chinese military pilots. The Department of Justice announced the case, and it highlights ongoing security concerns with former personnel. So this guy, I think if I remember right, and I don't have it in front of me, he was 65 years old. He was a prior F-15 or F-4, F-15C, and I think an A-10 pilot. And then, so you're going, well, F-35 stuff, what the hell does he know about 5th gen? Well, when he got out, he was a major in 2004, and then he started working as a simulator instructor for the F-35. So the simulators are just like the plane, except you're not flying and it's a simulator. So learning how to do all the functions and learn how to fly, plus getting all of that exposure to the classified networks, and then tactics, techniques, and procedures, and how to fly the thing. And obviously, you're going to have access to some of our classified publications that talk about tactics, techniques, and procedures, and that kind of good stuff. So this dude we should make an example out of this guy, honestly. You can't just go doing that shit. And I don't think we'll make an example out of him other than, you know, putting him in jail. But we really should. We should mess this dude up really bad. Or I say we, the Justice Department should. All right, next, Space Force. Open door to future human presence in orbit. The Space Force maintains openness to future human presence in orbit while insisting there are no current plans to deploy troops. To deploy troops. Yeah, man. I'm gonna miss this deployment. We got 3 months out in the International Space Station just orbiting Earth. My bad, man. I can't enact my family care plan. I may be. Hey, listen, guys. It's an inside joke. If you're in the military, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, and you're looking to join, you will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, commercial infrastructure and cislinear ambitions continue to shape the debate, and officials emphasize evolving mission requirements. Next, offensive posture against China's spy satellites. A top Space Force general stated the need to attack threats in space to counter China's expanding spy satellite armada. Hundreds of satellites provide the People's Liberation Army with advanced tracking and targeting capacity. This marks a shift toward proactive space control. Yeah, man. Everybody talks about, China's not that bad. Dude, China's super wicked. Like they are not our friend. They're not here for us. Anything they can do to steal or wreck America and American culture and American capability, they will take that opportunity. And they will certainly do it in space. Nothing for the Coast Guard. On to Secretary of Defense. Formal rescission of the VA disability rule. The Department of Veterans Affairs will formally rescind the controversial regulation regarding the examiners to factor medication effects into disability ratings. The move follows intense veteran and lawmaker pressure, and the rule published February 17th is already being withdrawn. Good. F them. I don't know why I'm saying F them because I already cussed during this, but yeah, you know what I mean. Next, Anthropic ultimatum on AI access. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth issued an ultimatum to Anthropic to open its AI technology for unrestricted military use by Friday, or risk losing government contracts. Anthropic CEO Dario Amati stated the company cannot, in good conscience, comply. This dispute centers on guardrails and national security needs. I'm not tracking any of this, so I don't know what Anthropic provides when it comes to AI technology for the military. And I do get where the secretary is coming from, though, because when you start having government contracts and you have companies that are storing data or analyzing data and running reports on on things, whatever, whether it's people or things or ideas or whatever, and the military is paying that data, that information belongs to the government. So in this case, not knowing all the details about it, that is why the secretary is going, hey, you need to open this up so that we can get everything and have access to everything. But they're not. So that would make sense that they would lose their government contract. I don't know. It could be a bluff, but we'll see what happens. Uniform barracks standards issued. The Pentagon published mandatory criteria for barracks and unaccompanied housing that all services must meet for the first time. The standards ensure consistent quality and living conditions. This addresses long-standing quality of life concerns for single service members. Dude, the Marines are going to be pissed about this, having to put in more money into their barracks and all that kind of good stuff to improve quality of life, because they want their Marines to be pissed. That is no kidding what they want. They want their Marines to be safe and all that kind of good stuff, but they also want them to be angry. And one of the ways you make them angry is you force them to live in shittier conditions. Call me a liar. Any Marines out there care to dispute what I'm saying? Because you know I'm right. You know it's true. All right, next, going on to the President of the United States, the Medal of Honor to Korean War veteran. This dude's a badass. They honored him at a hockey game, too, if I remember right. President Trump presented a Medal of Honor to the 100-year-old retired Navy Captain Royce Williams during the State of the Union address. The recognition honored Korean War heroism and created a moment of unity. Trump called Williams a legend long overdue for the award. I'd agree. All right. This is operational stuff. You guys already know that we're having a big plus up in the Middle East. I don't need to hit that. There's still U.S. Iranian talks happening in Geneva. Nothing, no updates on that. We're continuing to build up and all that kind of stuff to try and strong arm them. We'll see what happens. Russia launched a major aerial attack on Ukraine as well, using a barrage of 420 drones and 39 missiles against Ukraine, targeting energy and infrastructure. The attack occurred hours before the U.S. Ukrainian talks in Geneva. Zelensky highlighted the timing on the eve of the war's 5th anniversary. Holy cow, that's been going on for 5 years now? Jeez. Well, that's it for operational stuff, and that's it for your daily drop. I hope everybody has a great Friday and a great weekend, and we'll see you in Nashville. See you!